Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Nicole Vignola Show. Today I'm going to be answering your questions around limerence, obsessive thoughts about other people, and why we're motivated to pursue the people that don't want us back. One of the questions I received is, should I stop stalking them to achieve this quicker? I have a bad habit of waking up first thing in the morning and checking on them. Do you think that going cold turkey is the best way for me to get over this silly obsession? Whew, so much to unpack here, but also not really. It's pretty simple. Yes. Now, the way that the brain works is that we have these thoughts and we have reality. The brain doesn't necessarily always know the difference between thought and reality. And to add to that, it fits a model of what our reality should look like based on previous experiences and predictions as to what we know best, particularly about what should happen or what we would like to happen. That's where bias comes in as well. So when you are consistently checking up on someone, you now have this preconceived database and idea that this person may have posted about them going on holiday. You then go on their social media and either they have gone, tick, dopamine reward for you, or they haven't, and you go, why haven't they posted? And this is feeding into a cyclical pattern in your brain that is keeping you stuck worrying about what they're doing. Have they gone on holiday? Why didn't they post about their holiday? X, Y, Z. And so our thoughts become murky. It's almost like it becomes a habit. And as the message said, it literally said, I have a habit of going on my phone every single morning. And so if your brain works on routine, wake up, coffee, supplements, walk dog, check X, it's just going to form part of that automatic processing that you do without thought. To get over somebody, predominantly the obsession that you have created in your own mind, you want to go cold turkey on checking up on them. Now, I appreciate that if that person has to be in your life, like maybe you are somebody that shares children with them, what I would do is I would keep it limited to only logistical conversations. Now, limerence builds up this idea that the person you like is better than they are because that's what the brain does. Our brain can override the feeling of liking something with the feeling of wanting. And sometimes the feeling of wanting is not even necessarily the person, it's actually just wanting to gain information or a reciprocal behavior from the individual. But I want to ask you the question, if that person were to reciprocate, would you really want it? Now, oftentimes we think that the answer is yes, but really think about it, because sometimes it actually doesn't make any sense. And so I'd like you to recognize that limerence, our infatuation with somebody, is exacerbated by our emotional state and the thoughts that reside within our brain. When we begin to write things down, or we maybe talk it out loud with a friend, which is also tricky because sometimes friends can have their own agenda as to what they want for you, it usually pulls us out of this emotional intensity and the thoughts that we have around this person. And so you'll see that generally speaking, when we detach from the idea of wanting a response from this person, we start to see that actually our feelings and emotions are not as loaded, if you will. Now, another thing that you can do is to, besides stopping the stalking, is to redirect your thoughts and energy into something else. I mean, I made the genius idea of learning to play the guitar last year, and it is absolutely my saving grace because I can quite literally lose hours. I mean, people have to make an appointment to speak to me sometimes because I get so lost in it. And so, there's a whole layer of reasons as to why music helps. It's the actual physical activity of you immersing yourself in something else that is requiring so much attention that you can't think about anything else. And the second thing is that music is cathartic. Music, like, it activates our emotional centers in a way that allows us to process them without having to be affected by them. Now, when we're listening to music, we also have a collective understanding of what the people that wrote the music, the people that are listening to music, are also going through. And there's something really nostalgic and cathartic within that because there's this collective experience of knowing that someone else is going through the same thing that you are. Emotional expression is undoubtedly one of the most underrated tools in being able to get over pretty much anything. I mean, you look at the most incredible artists, the most incredible musicians, they all built something out of emotion. And within doing that, they were able to process their own emotions. And then the beauty of it is that it is literally the gift that keeps on giving, because you get to process your emotions from it too. So for me, it's music. Whatever it is for you, it may be art, it may be dancing, it may be a hobby, it may be jiu-jitsu, it might be something that is just helping you redirect your focus into something that is going to lead you towards self-growth, not self-destruction. You probably have built this person up in your head, and it's not going to be as great as you think it's going to be. But the imagination, the thought, the hope, the potential is what keeps us stuck, and that's what keeps that area of the brain that wants so active. Guys, if you enjoyed today, please leave your comments in the comment box. Like, comment, and subscribe. You'll be doing me a massive favor. And keep the questions coming, because I love answering them.